Hi, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my field experience in Mr. Jory's middle school math classroom. So to start off the day, first period he has 8th grade, second period is his prep time, third is 6th, and then fourth is back to 8th grade. So he goes back and forth with the classes and they both get the same lesson taught. Some's a few units ahead, one's a few units back, but they're still on the same track. So, going into his classroom, one highlight that I found was since he has that elementary background and he used to teach as an elementary teacher, he has it a lot more hands-on. He's more playful. He's to the point, but there's still that fine line where he does have fun with his classroom, and you can tell there's that elementary background. So I really enjoyed that. His room felt warm. I didn't feel weird if I asked him questions. He was open to that during his prep period. We asked him a lot of questions, and he showed us some examples on the board on how he would do them. He was just very open and really excited that we were going to elementary education as well. One issue I had in his classroom was today when we were teaching. I had a boy in the classroom that was telling me that he already knew it, so he didn't need to do it. And a few times he mentioned to me that this was stupid and that we are wasting our time. And so him and I solved that. An aide was there and she stood by me and helped me along with it because they have had issues with him before, it turns out. He didn't want to show his work on the whiteboard that was asked of him, and he told me that he could do it all in his head. And I asked him if we could work it out because that's what Mr. Jory prefers, and I'd like to know how his thought process is working. And we went back and we showed his work on a whiteboard, and it turned out that he did it wrong. And when I tried to correct him on it and help him on it, he got upset and was just not very happy with me, but we worked it out and we got the right answer. And I think overall, I wasn't really expecting that, but I get that different kids think different things, and it is at that weird age level, but it wasn't bad. The aide was there and she helped me through it. One thing that I didn't expect was there was the first period class, so that's the 8th grade class. Mr. Jory informed us that half of those kids in that classroom had an IEP. And I didn't really think about it until you were looking around the room. There was another aide in there with him that focused on 3 students that she helped, and all the rest of the kids went to the resource room that Mr. Jory helped in there as well. And you could really tell the dynamics. And talking to those kids, you could tell they weren't wanting to do their homework. They were doodling instead. They were talking. And then one kid in the classroom doesn't actually show up for class. They show up every day late. And so I didn't expect that already at like that age in middle school. I've never thought of it being from a small school. Everybody knows everybody, so you always show up because there's always that ride, or that teacher's always friends with your mom, so your parents always know, but I've never put much thought into that, so I did not expect that. One thing I did expect being in a classroom before to observe, the first day that we were there, the students were just dead silent. They looked at us all the time. They were asking us questions about why we were here or why we wanted to teach. And one student actually asked me, why would I want to teach middle school? Why would I want to be at school every day? And I did expect that. I get asked that even in the elementary. And I've just never worked a lot in middle school. There were things that I expected and things that I didn't, but overall, I think that it was a good experience for me to be in a math classroom where I don't feel very comfortable teaching, and I had to grow and just learn to work with things. And so I think that was a really good experience. So, yep.